In language equality news.
Ha.
Yeah.
I don't know what that could mean. Submitted by Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
That's pretty good French.
That means thank you very much, right?
I think so. Sure.
I thought it meant like, please don't kill me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Merci beaucoup.
Mercy, mercy, please.
No, you gotta go, merci beaucoup.
Mimers.
Air Canada was fined for not using the French language on flights.
Damn.
But isn't it mandatory in Canadian government and businesses to be bilinguals?
They do have bilingualism laws
Really?
in Canada.
Canada's so nice. Like, they're so nice. They accommodate to like a very like smaller percentage of the peoples there, right?
Well, I mean, there's a good chunk of people that speak French.
French is the primary is the official language in Canada, isn't it?
I don't know about the whole country,
Quebec.
but I know,
Yeah.
in one
it is?
region.
Yeah.
Is Quebec the bigger region or is Montreal the bigger region? Like, which one's a city? Which was
Montreal's a city. I think Quebec is a province.
province? Oh, I see.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Yep.
So that's-
You know you're Canada.
I did a lot of research in Canada because when I was there, I was completely confused.
Have you been to Have you been to Calgary,
I haven't
Alberta?
been to Calgary yet. I've been to Toronto and Edmonton and Vancouver.
What about
and
Ottawa?
Victoria. I haven't been to Ottawa yet. I want to go to Calgary. I want to go to Montreal.
You like Montreal?
I like Montreal.
Did it feel French?
Yeah, that's where they do speak French.
Just seems like a regular city.
I watched the mob show on Canada.
There's a mob show?
Yeah, with the dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
The dude who had I can't remember his
The
name.
hot guy?
No, not at all. He had a transgender girlfriend.
Oh, the crazy guy with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him.
Oh, I like
He has
that
a mob
guy.
show in a Canadian mob show that's based in Montreal. And it was Canadians went hard. I was like, oh snap!
Wow.
It ain't all nice and A's.
I only know about Calgary, Alberta because that's the home of Brett the Hitman.
The Hitman Hard, the excellence of execution.
A fucking legend.
Oh.
Is this WWE stuff?
Yeah, did you see when that guy attacked him?
It's crazy.
He was looking so. That was my favorite wrestler when I was coming up. Him and Ultimate Warrior.
Well, and Shawn Michaels.
All right, so this couple here, they are from Ontario.
Oh, I do know French is a big part of the culture because it's a mandatory language for the entire school system there.
In the whole
really?
country?
Everyone learns it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so this couple here, they filed 22 complaints against the airline back in 2016, and they recently won because they took it up to like a higher court.
22. All you need is one. That's a lot of complaining, bro.
Every time they
this
fly, they're like,
couple-
here y'all go again, not speaking French.
No, this couple even
against
went
the
after
price of
Air
everything.
Canada back in 2014.
Oh, they got a fucking huge ass like agenda.
Yeah, exactly. They got an agenda against this
5
airline.
years of just complaining.
I've hated an airline. I understand that pain.
Me too.
I don't hate any airline enough to do that.
I hate Spirit Airlines enough
You hate
and more.
But they're so cheap though.
Yeah, because you're sitting in freaking like on a lunch tray
You
in
can't
the plane.
recline.
You can't recline.
Your flight's always
it's
delayed.
hot.
But I
paying
always
for your bags.
I always feel like if you
Wi-Fi.
but you're paying for what you like. You know what you're getting yourself into.
But
It's
as
like
a
you're getting a
bigger
$5 hooker, right? And you know what you're getting yourself into. And she bites your fucking dick. You can't be mad.
You can.
They don't advertise it as the subway of the skies, and they should.
They don't. They're like, hey, you just pay for what you want.
No, it's a fucking crack plane it's a crack house in the sky.
They should be like, it's like climbing into an old taxi cab, and then you're like, okay, I get it. That makes
Well,
sense.
that's the thing. The quality of the plane, like engine-wise, is good. It's just like they got the smallest amount of like how close you can sit, how small the seats
Can't even
are.
recline actually.
You can't recline.
but
There's
don't
no
you
free
go-
water.
But
You
don't
can't
you go-
smile. You're not allowed to smile.
But don't you go like, thank God I got a good deal on this plane.
No, you don't, Joe. You say I freaking. It's not even worth
I know.
flying if I have to be on this. I'd rather
Then
not.
why don't you do another?
Because I'm poor, Joe. That's why.
That's what I'm saying.
Be poor and complain. If I had money, I wouldn't be on Spirit.
You can still complain. That we have that right.
That's an American thing.
How many times have you flown Spirit?
3 times.
You just don't learn.
Because I think I flew.
It was because people were booking me on Spirit, and then I was like, and I didn't realize it until too late. And that was the first that's my first diva move. In my rider, I was like, if no Spirit flights, no Frontier flights, you can only bring me on that. No Allegiant, they're bad too.
Yeah, they're really bad.
I asked the steward.
I love Allegiant because they're so cheap.
You know it's all red M&Ms.
Yep.
When I was talking to
you've
the
changed.
stewardess when I talk to the stewardess on Spirit,
Flight attendant. You're sexist, Steve.
That's being sexist?
Yeah, stewardess. There's male flight attendants. It's
That
like
can't be
the gay
stewardess
ones.
either?
The gay ones.
the gay ones are stewardesses too.
no,
Yeah.
they're flight attendants, Steve.
What about steward? Don't you say steward?
Okay.
That's like, you don't say waiters and waitresses, you say servers.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know.
the right word now.
What about ballerinas?
You do say waiter.
Ballerinos.
You're Italian now. Okay, so back to this couple. All right, so they were saying that there were signs in a domestic flight that had the French language be really, really small and not prominent. And there were other signs that didn't even have any French at all. And it was only in English.
And they didn't feel included.
So then they said that,
Did they not speak English?
yeah, they do. I mean, they're able to file these.
Oh.
I mean, they're just
fighting.
petty.
No. You know what they're doing? They're fighting for the French people that can't speak English.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're doing.
They should hit the button and then they should talk to the stewardess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the French people.
Or I'm sorry, the not strippers. I don't know what to call them. You're like, Miss. Excuse me, you're not a stripper, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I just have a question. That's how I usually handle it.
But what if she is? And you're like, all right, can I get her
Oh yeah, well she could have a side gig. Yeah, I don't know. I call them air strippers.
Do you ever go like, excuse me, how, what kind of kitchen is this?
Stupid. Anyway, so the country's official languages act, it seeks to have English and French to have an equal status among signs, among everything. And so they're saying, this couple is saying, well, our Air Canada doesn't have it because back in 2014 they were trying to sue, right? But they were saying,
Did someone just fuck them up?
they were trying to sue.
Fucking tattletale ass
Imagine
motherfucker.
the lawyer who gets that. They're just like, man, what? Don't nobody want to do this today, man.
But they won.
Laura's like, we'd like
They
to
did?
file an
Yeah.
ass beating.
Like, I get it. Like, yeah, it's the law, and it's good to uphold the law, and that's what everyone agreed upon. But the person that is complaining about is a fucking little bitch.
So they won $15,700 US after all this. But that first one,
They won 15 grand?
That's like 20 grand in Canadian.
No, I mean, no.
yeah, it is 21.
I literally thought that this would be like a big $1 million thing or
True.
some shit. So,
They're preserving their culture.
gotta
That's what
hustle.
they're trying to do.
okay.
That too.
And then my
Nice.
next question is, they get this money. Why?
Because they pointed out, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, because they're not really preserving the culture. Because if all they'd had to do was just change the seatbelts and the signs,
Maybe that's how much money they lost
then
over
that's
the
cool.
years.
Then that's cool.
Their
And
legal
then
fees.
because the people shouldn't gain anything from it if they're trying to preserve the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I
But let me tell you about the 2014 one though.
It's because of the emotional agony of sitting there and not hearing your language.
2014 lawsuit was really funny, and I really want to share that with you guys.
Okay.
So back in 2014, they ordered a 7-Up in French from the flight attendant, but instead they received a Sprite. And so because of that, they were saying that Air Canada was violating the language laws because there was a miscommunication or like they didn't understand or whatever it is. So they were suing for $6,000, and they were awarded. But they were, or
They're
like,
trying to preserve their culture, like Gio said.
They're like,
Because Sprite is a French drink.
chocolate blue. This is not 7-Up.
See?
I tried, man. I tried to be on their side.
Yeah, you gave it a good shot.
You could have made that mistake even if you were speaking French.
Exactly.
Like the Sprite can and 7-Up can, the difference is just like the letters and the red dot.
Well, you know what else they do? Sometimes they have a contract with like Coke or whatever, and they only carry one, so they know what you mean, but they're like, we're gonna bring you the closest thing to this.
If you order Sprite and they bring you a root beer, you have a lawsuit.
That's different. But if they're like, the Sierra Mist, what the fuck?
That's very French
Yeah,
of you.
Sierra
That's
Mist.
close.
Sierra Mist.
No, so I said 2014, right? But that's when they finally concluded that they can't get money, that the airline has to, that they just have to settle for an apology from the airline. But this actually started back in 2009.
They just want an apology.
After the couple took 3 international flights.
Is it the same people every time?
Yes!
These same people are doing all these lawsuits against the language thing?
Starting since 2009.
God dog!
Yeah.
Why did the airline let them use their carrier? at all.
No, can't they just ban them?
them?
Yeah, if I own an airline, I would blacklist both of those.
Thinking they did that? You think suing
Maybe
over
they'll-
Sprite is bad? Now you got banned.
That's true.
Now you got $1 million lawsuit. They're like,
Yeah.
finally, baby, we're almost there.
That's some fine thinking. I didn't think of that.
That's crazy. Two people like this found each other. That's annoying.
Right.
Do you think that when they ordered, like, how many flights did they take? And they're like, can we get a Sprite, please? And they bring the Sprite and like, all right, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Do it again, honey. Do it again, honey.
Filing Aunt soon. Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, hey, honey, you order now.
They're just showing them because they're in debt all the time trying to
You
catch
hate
them
it
up.
that much? Why do you fly Air Canada?
They said Air Canada systematically violates the linguistic rights of francophones, and so they're fighting for all francophones.
What's francophones?
People that
French
are
Canadians?
French. No, like it's
French speakers?
yeah, French speakers.
That's like how all the attorneys, like when they do some huge lawsuit, all the attorneys get the money and they're like, we were fighting for the people's rights.
And then everyone gets like $1
Yep.
in the mail, and they get millions.
Yep.
I know. What's up with that?
I didn't even know that's how those class action lawsuits, whoever's the lead plaintiff, they get paid. The rest of y'all should have been the lead plaintiff.
That's called justice, my friend.
My lawyer asked me to be in a class action lawsuit, and I was just like, nah. I just don't.
What was it for?
Are you sure? Are you familiar with Unilad
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and like Lad Bible?
Yeah.
So I used a video that they claimed later in one of my videos, and they were like, you got to pay us £3,000 for using this video without license. And I was like, nah, man, like parody law, like all that copyright stuff, H3. I was like, nah, man, I don't got to pay y'all nothing. And it was like, nah, it's $4,000. And I was like, what? So we like kept
Extortion.
Yeah, so my lawyer, like, first I was talking to him, then I give it to my lawyer. And they're like, first of all, this is like a UK company, and these laws are, these are American companies, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So the law is American, not UK money. But anyway, the class action lawsuit was gonna be like, my lawyer's like, if they did that to you, they probably did that to other people. And other people probably just got scared and paid because they don't.
That's so sad.
You have a lawyer, and they were like, it was like intense, thing. But if you're familiar with what you're doing, you're like, nah, that ain't how this works.
But that's their business model.
That's their business model, because they can't get you to pay the license fee, then they'll just get people to pay the scare tactic thing because they don't want to get in trouble.
There are leeches in this world.
Oh, absolutely. And the biggest leech is people who prey on people who don't know any better.
Yeah.
You prey on people who don't know, they're just like, oh, this is easy money.
That's the jumping in front of your car of the online system.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.